Hello and welcome back to the WarDawg Trail podcast. This is episode 149 of the WarDawg Trail. I'm your host, Sergeant WarDawg, and I'm joined by the co-host, one, the only, Mr. Tomo.
What up, guys? Oh, what is it? Monday night where you guys are? Yeah, Monday night. Monday evening. What are we going on? Afternoon here, Tuesday. How are we all? Hope everyone's have managed to avoid the Christmas rush. I had my coach Painty take me down to the shopping centre today, and he was wondering why I wanted to avoid going inside the shopping centre and go to a cafe on the outside because it's fucking crazy at this time of the year. How we going, brother?
I'm good, bro. Good, bro, man. Another day alive, another for.
That's it.
All right. We want to first off start off with a few announcements. We will now be displaying live stream, all right, which airs on 5 of our platforms at the same time. We will now begin airing shows from this podcast, the WarDawg Trail, as well as Larry will have Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu show streaming. I have another Marine, Manuel Ponce, Bear Hunter. His show will begin start streaming, and we now have the Gray Man podcast streaming as well on the Sergeant WarDawg TV 24/7 live stream. And remember, I came back from Australia about a week and a half ago. We teamed up with Harley Fox so that we could have an episode on the Gray Man podcast. All right, so we had a great time with him. And hey, as 2026 approaches, man, expect this lineup for the Sergeant WarDawg TV 24/7 live stream, man. Expect it to be jumping. All right. So in addition to the earlier shows, the last and final addition we are calling Sergeant WarDawg TV Prison Grind. All right. This is going to be the first of its kind, an international collection of stories from inmates and corrections officers in both the United States and Australia. All right. Now, on our side, we're lucky that we have our own Mr. Larry L. Long II, all right, who's going to provide us with that insight from a correction officer's perspective. All right. Then tuning in from anywhere in Australia and anywhere here in the States, we will also have our own version of, I don't know, true crime, but prison entertainment. I call it war veteran entertainment. What the fuck do you call it, Tomo?
Just fucking entertainment, brother. Just entertainment.
Right. Like I said, though, I hope everyone starts to see the mix, the eclectic, diverse range of entertainment we're trying to offer here on this channel. Remember, it all started with just me, one GoPro going out to camp by myself in a tent, and now it has evolved to where we are now, man. Doing our outdoor content still, running the podcast, obviously. Now podcast for the Gray Man in Australia. Soon we're going to be showing Larry's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Told you we have the Bear Hunter, whose content's going to be loaded here 1 to 2 days. So, hey, be on the lookout, man. We got Sergeant WarDawg TV and the WarDawg Trail podcast. Most importantly, our nonprofit Camp Doghouse, all right, our nonprofit organization in Central Florida, which is now approved to house homeless war veterans on our land in Central Florida, is now going to be our primary focus in terms of our next level of outreach to veterans. All right, you see what we've done in terms of talks, therapy, weapons, whatnot. Now we're gonna get down to actually trying to house some guys, get them off the streets, give them better to live in. Now I need to make this practical though. All right, this is not as simple as us just rolling up on a guy, picking him up off the street, and offering him a brand new RV to live in. Okay, with shower, water, cable, the whole nine. We need to know specifically, okay? One, if they have a criminal background, that's not saying we can't work with them, all right? It's just specifics. We need to know individually, hey, what accused of, convicted of, that sort of thing. Secondly, we are only housing war veterans, okay? So make that clear distinction between, yes, war veterans and peacetime veterans. These specific housings, the clothing that's going to come, the food, all of this is going to be specifically earmarked for war veterans only, right? That's where we are. You can find us at campdoghouse.org. We are now, as I said before, registered. We are registered 501c3 nonprofit, and we are registered in the state of Florida as a charity with the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services. Last but not least, remember you can buy a copy book, The WarDawg Trail, a Marine Rifleman's Struggle with War and PTSD, on Apple Books, Audible, and Amazon. Let's see. In addition, the book can also be found at Walmart.com, Books A Million, and You Buy. The You Buy international line has picked us up globally. All right. In terms of awards for the remember, we won an award from bookauthority.org. The book being one of the best Iraq war books of all time. Let's see. As usual, this is the WarDawg Trail podcast with myself and Tomo. And without further ado, I am ready to bring our specialists out for today. Now, we already know the one, the only, Mr. Larry L. Long II. All right. So, as usual, he's joining us. But we now present you for the first time, ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only Krissi Mattraw, who is, a graphics designer, an Enneagram enthusiast, as well as a massage therapist. Krissi, welcome to the show.
Thanks, guys. Nice to be
Welcome,
here.
Krissi.
Thank you.
Hey, friend.
Did I say it correctly? Right off the top, did I say it correctly?
Mattraw.
Almost.
Almost.
He wanted to know if he got Enneagram right.
You got the
Enneagram
Enneagram
right, though. Hey.
Yes.
So
Okay,
we've got
one more time, ladies and
gentlemen.
gentlemen. My apologies. We have Miss Krissi Mattraw. Did I say it right?
Like a
Mattraw.
straw.
Mattraw.
There you go.
I love it.
Damn, you got me feeling real. I really do have mental. This is like a motherfucking night.
Wait,
tell
but
I'm fresh out of
all the practice at the start, brother. You got Enneagram right.
Yeah.
You
I'm
did.
proud of you. You got it right.
Proud.
I couldn't get it right the first time I heard
Next
it.
time we'll practice the guest names first, yeah? Oh, should we start with Krissi? How we got you here? Why
Well,
we
that
got
would
you
be
here?
Mr. Larry Long over there. He just shared his podcast that he was on with you guys, and I tried to listen to all of them. There were quite a few. I think there were like 3. And they're really long. You guys can talk, man. But I love it. I love it. But the one I watched, like in its entirety, it was the most recent one, and y'all just had so much good content, and it was real stuff that y'all were talking about, and I just felt like I wanted to talk more about it, and so I sent him a voice memo, and apparently he shared it with you guys, and you guys liked what I had to say, so here I am.
Yeah, mate. Thank you so much. You know, me and WarDawg, we talk about it regularly. That we it's not very often we get feedback, and to hear your feedback, mate, and see it spark another conversation was, you know, exactly what this is about for us. And it was obviously the content of it that not only that I think I told you at the start, I got a little bit emotional, man. I got a few tears up. I was like, oh, this shit actually does make a difference, you know?
It does. It absolutely does.
Yeah, so we fuck, there goes my brain again. What was I just talking about?
You were saying how
My
you got a
feedback.
little emotional about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it got emotional, man. But then that's right. Then the content, and then it was like, oh, are we A's or 8s? What is this? I think I had to confirm with Larry after I listened to it. I was like, are we 8s or A's? 8s. I was like, I need to know more about this stuff. And that obviously goes into, and am I saying it correctly now? Enneagram?
Close enough.
Can you say it again for us, please?
Enneagram.
Enneagram. Okay.
Yeah.
I should have been practicing like WarDawg.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Mate, so can you explain a little bit more of it? Because obviously there's a list of them. You've singled out one of them, but I'd like to get your understanding of what it is and why you think it's important. Why are you an enthusiast in this area now?
I've always been intrigued by like personality tests, and so like I usually always try a new one every time I find one, and some of them they get pretty close, but they're never like nail on the head, and so every time I see a new one, I'm kind of intrigued by it. And I think it was back in 2019. I was going back through some counseling. I just felt the need to I was about to leave Florida and move to South Carolina, and I wanted to make sure that I was in a good place with everything I've been through. So I went back through counseling, and my counselor, at the end of our time, she asked me if I had heard of the Enneagram. And I was like, what did you just say? So I get it. But I told her that I hadn't, and she was like, well, you need to do the test. I'm pretty sure you're a type 1. And she brought up the website. I did the little quiz, and sure enough, she was right. It said 1W2, and I was like, what does that mean? And she was like, go look it up.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, challenge accepted. Because when I read about it, just the description of my type, it was like, I got emotional, and I was like, I felt seen and heard in a way from a personality test that I had never experienced before. And that just piqued my interest, and I was like, what the crap? And the more I looked into it, the more I learned about it. I started with just my type. So, and once I dug into that, I literally felt like I was reading about myself, and I didn't understand how something could peg me. And it was even calling me out on things that I wasn't even self-aware of. And I was like, do I? Because it says the weakness of a type 1 is resentment. I'm like, I'm not resentful. But then I thought about it, and I was like, Krissi, you can hold a grudge for years. So I was like, maybe they're onto something. So I think if you're doing the Enneagram right and you're really studying it and you're giving it a chance, you're going to feel offended and called out the entire time.
And that's how it should be when you're facing your real shit, aren't you? Facing the shadow.
And I feel like all these other like personality tests, they just tell you good stuff about yourself. And I'm like, well, that's nice, but I already know some of that. Like, that's not. I need a challenge. And eventually, the more I understood the Enneagram and how all the numbers kind of are actually connected, it just made so much more sense. It's the only thing I found that has so much room for nuance, nature versus nurture. Like, there's just so many variables that any other test just does not have the capacity for, in my opinion. I love Myers-Briggs. It's great, but again, to me, it just has its limitations. Whereas the Enneagram, the more I get to know it, it's never wrong. It's just never wrong. So I've been studying it since 2019. Gosh, what is that? Like 6 years now. So it's just something that has kind of overtaken my life. Because it's just so real. And the more I get to experience it with like learning people and learning the types. First of all, I had started expanding out and learning the different types, and I just started seeing these things in people. And so I just like, hey, you need to take this test. You need to take this test. You need to take this test. Will you please take this test? Some people like you can't be so pushy with, but like I'm learning to just like let people do it when they want to do it. But like when I was first learning, I was so enthusiastic about it, and I was like all my coworkers. I made them do it. I made my mom and dad do it. I tried to get Larry on board, but he was like, I don't know what you're talking about. But that's
I can see entrepreneur skills here already.
So yeah, it's kind of a slow burn thing because I think on the surface level it does just look like a personality test to most people, and they're like, I've already done like 4 million of those, so they're gonna dismiss it, and I understand that. But again, the Enneagram is, I think the reason that y'all will love it is you only benefit from it if you put the work in. You have to work to understand it.
And there you go. There's why do a lot of people not be able to attach from it, because as soon as you start, well, I call it probably in the realm that we're speaking, I'd refer to it as shadow work. As soon as you start stop looking at all the good things about yourself and you start looking at all the fucking terrible things about yourself. You know, that's why for me and WarDawg, you know, like I said, some of the biggest warriors I've ever met weren't on the fucking battlefield. They were in the psych wards. You know what I mean? Look, there's obviously there's a level of testing that goes in there, and like I said, I talk about these things, and you know, I refer to the first moment that goes back into me. It would have been my first or second stint in the psych ward, and I was with some dudes that were, you know, that I looked up to. You know, I was with some special forces guys, 2 of them, I think, and we've got this tiny little Indian lady, and she's got us in the arts room, and she's got us 3 alpha males looking at each other, and we had to do this dance, and I'll never forget it because I'm like you, Krissi. I got to take that shit home and show my family. But they had us dudes. We had to go down. We had to plant the roots in the ground, and we had to come up. We had to be the trunk of the tree. This is all to this music. After we built the trunk, we had to build these branches, and then like you see, I'm getting the dance going with it. Like it turned it into play for us. And we weren't thinking about it. We'd sort of stepped into that zone, but like that whole context, it didn't feel right. It didn't feel right with the dudes it was. But in the end, like once we cracked into it, we just started pissing ourselves laughing. I don't know why I went on with that story. What were we talking about to begin with?
Well, it's just, I think it was because like talking about the Enneagram, like you don't benefit from it until you engage with it fully. Like you have to commit to the act or to the learning, whatever it is. And like you committing to that dance, you just had fun. And I think once you dive into this sort of thing, for me, it becomes fun because I just love this sort of thing. But the more you learn about yourself, you realize that you've been in your own way majority of the time. And you have a role to play in every conflict that you've been in. Like you have your part, you're responsible for your part. And I believe that's what the Enneagram does, is it holds you accountable. Because it's so accurate. And the more, like I said, the more you get to know your type, it will call you out, and you can either do the work to accept it, be aware of it. And it's not just learning the things. It's easy to sit there and read about a type and be like, okay, that's who I am. But like, what does this even mean?
Intellectualizing it, but actually putting the action in, getting into the feels of it.
Yeah, and it's seeing how. So, like I said, like there's so much room for nuance in the Enneagram, and so I believe now. I don't know you guys like I know Larry. I know Larry's a type 8 all day. You two, I can guess, but until you do your own work, you're the only one that can confirm that you're a type 8. So because numbers, different types can look like other types outwardly, it's just behavior. But once you start learning about your type, I mean, that's where the real work starts.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And it's look. So I've got my first question is,
Yeah.
what turns you into a seeker? Yeah, you've got some, and it's completely up to you what you want to share and what you don't want to share. But you don't fall into this stuff unless you've been through this stuff, in my opinion.
Oh man, yeah. So I got married kind of young, at 24, and like it was great for a while. And then I think we both just had our own shit, and we didn't. He wasn't dealing with his, and I wasn't aware of mine. That lack of self-awareness. And then shortly after that, like 2 years, I met another guy, and he challenged me in a way that I didn't think. Gosh, I just didn't expect. He was so giving and kind, and I grew up in a home where, like, if you didn't show appreciation, no offense, I love my dad, we're good now, but like if you didn't show appreciation, it was not a good thing. And like we would hear it and feel it. It was like, ugh, okay, I'm sorry, thank you. Like, so I just grew up, I guess, with this trauma, or this whatever you want to call it, of if you're doing something for me, I have to do something equally for you. And when I can't, I don't like it. So I learned through counseling that I'm not a good gift receiver. And it just
What's your love language? What's your love language?
My first one is actually physical touch, but then after that, I think it's gifts, and then words of affirmation. Maybe I can't remember my order, but I think it changes with seasons. That's one thing that does kind of change depending on where you're at in life. But yeah, so it was this season of like coming face to face with crap about myself. And when the Enneagram got introduced, it kind of made all of my crap that's been consistently happening my entire life make sense as to why it was happening. So I was like, well, if I'd been this unaware of who I am now, and this thing is explaining myself to me, head first dove in. I was like, I'm going to learn this. And I just started listening to podcast after podcast after podcast, and just soaking up as much as I could. I was like, this cannot be this accurate. And it was like every time I would listen to something about type 1, they would say something, and I was just like, how did they know that? How did they know that? I can't explain it. So like, I'm excited for y'all to, like, I'll send you guys the link for the test, for you guys to do it. I always say, whatever assessment that you do, they're only going to be as accurate as you are self-aware. So if you're in a stage of life where you're very just lacking self-awareness, you may not have an accurate output. So it's good to like kind of do it with someone or process with someone maybe. But also I always say pay attention to your top 3 results and learn about those 3 types. And I can send you good resources for those too. And then from there, it's just learning more and more about like where you feel that you connect, follow that path, and see how it feels until you find the right one. And it didn't take long for me to realize I was definitely a type 1. But yeah.
Right, it's crazy. I already feel like there's a lot that I resonate with it already. But it's that seeker's mentality, trying to understand it, and you've obviously found something for you that's a way of being able to process it. You know, I've been sitting here getting caught in my head the last 30 seconds was, why have I done so many? Why haven't I been able? I've latched every time, but it's what I'm learning at the moment. It's the consistency. Do it all until it gets boring, and then I need a new challenge.
Yeah.
You know, that self-awareness that you're talking about, mate, up until about 3 hours ago, I thought I was 10 times more self-aware than I am fucking actually self-aware at the moment, you know? And this is the thing, I think, look, from personal experience, every time I thought I fucking worked this shit out,
there's always more.
Every time I thought I'd nailed this shit, I've got unlocked the keys to the universe. You can't fucking play games with me anymore. I'm sitting at the table. Nah. Yeah, life has a funny way of making sure that I fucking learn very quickly that I don't know shit.
Yep, absolutely.
So it's a constant learning period. And, you know, like you said, it's crazy once you start not only researching this stuff, educating yourself, but actually starting to put it into action, how much you see it everywhere else. That's something that also resonated with me earlier when you said it was, fuck. When you understand it, You see it
Yep.
everywhere.
Even today, like being home with family, I know it's Christmas. I know like family is always the thing that triggers you the most because that's most times where all of your crap comes from. So I'm out there, we're like walking on some property trying to find like we were in Florida, so we got caves all out here and we have a couple on our property, and like it was just the same kind of miscommunication between me and my dad, and I was like, oh my God, it's happening in real time. And I had to stop. I had to take a breath, but like it still kind of blew up more than I wanted it to, but it was still so much better than it used to be.
Well, mate, it starts with the awareness, doesn't it? And you look at it, you can't put any of those changes. It's something I'm learning personally at the moment is this perfectionism out of it. As long as you're implementing, look at what you've done right, not what you've done wrong.
Right.
You know, and we're so wired the opposite way.
Well, and then when you learn about a type 1, because you're eventually going to learn all the numbers, I feel like you have the capacity for that. So when you learn about the type 1, you're going to realize that we are the perfectionists, we're the moral perfectionists, and we want to fix things that we view as wrong. We have a very black and white mentality, so it's either good or it's
not
bad.
Only me, my daughter. She's going to be a type 1. Fuck.
Maybe. But that's going to be the fun part. I know I'm sorry, I'm getting real like.
No, this is good. Good shit.
I mean, this is what I did. I brought it into my family. I made my mom and dad take the test, and then my mom's a type 4, my dad's a type 2, and I'm like, oh my God, that makes everything make so much sense. So when you actually start to look at the Enneagram, the way it's set up and like the structure of it's beautiful. There's movement. It's like it's all energy based too. So you having like that Southeast Asian like influence and like understanding, like I think you'll love it even more. This thing is older than the Bible, and they don't really know where it comes from.
Yep.
It's very mysterious origin, so it's pretty interesting. But yeah, there's anchor dominant or doing dominant numbers 8, 9, and 1. So that's me and you guys, if you guys are all in fact type 8. But then you've got heart dominant numbers, which are 2, 3, and 4, and then mind dominant numbers that are 5, 6, and 7. So it's heart, mind, and body, doing, feeling, and thinking. Those are the 3 centers of intelligence. There's a stacking order. You're dominant in 1, and you're repressed in 1, and then 1 supports the dominant. But then we could go into that forever. There's 3 very special numbers. The core of the Enneagram, they're a little bit different, but it's a whole other conversation.
No, man. But I love the passion about it because it's unlocking the self. And I think, it's everyone. It's not just veterans. It's not just people that fucking work in high-risk jobs. It's every single one of us. We're so conditioned, especially in the West, to conform.
Yes.
Everything's systems. We're all built in systems.
And I grew up in the South, y'all. I grew up in the Bible Belt. Like, you talking about you have to look the same and act the same and talk the same. That's it.
Yeah.
Goodness.
It is.
So I get it.
It's like I said, I honestly, I feel fucking new to it again. Like if you we've been having conversations 12 months ago, I would have been telling you how fucking good I am. And I know everything. Honestly.
That's very type 8 of you.
Yeah.
I think they both are type 8s.
I can see it for sure.
Oh, all right. So you give us your explanation then, Larry, of what a type 8 is. Let's see how good of a student you've been, Mr. Coach.
Well, so the biggest thing about a type 8 is, and just the first things they get shit done. They're go-getters. They're driven. They have that warrior and protector in them. But also too, and this is why I feel like I know I'm an 8, and I feel like you guys are 8s too. We have sometimes our mouths get us in trouble because we're too blunt and we're too honest. In certain situations, probably where even with superiors, I bet when y'all were in the military, and I know on correction side and law enforcement side, I've probably said, I kind of said something I shouldn't have said, or been like, or went at, a supervisor or something about something. So we have that in us too, but also too, we one thing about us is like, if we care about somebody, we genuinely care about somebody. Like it's just, and when we assert ourselves in a room or with people, and if we really care about them, like they're gonna know that we really care, and everything that we're doing is pure genuine, like it comes from the heart. I think that's the biggest thing about an 8. That's very different from some of the other numbers on the Enneagram.
I want to get my my last therapist from my last rehab stint in. I want to get her on the podcast. I want to see what she comes up with my number. Because man, he's describing them like, I appreciate the 8, but you're going to find with me, I'm going to be a fucking mixed bag of it. Fuck.
Well, I can say that's the one consistent thing is that we all have a little bit of each one within us that we can access, but you have one dominant one because it's what motivates you. So that's I think the difference between the Enneagram and most other.
Is that why you say for us guys that the first thing that comes to my head, like if I was to like, besides them taking the piss out, if I was to be serious with, especially all my army mates, what's your one? What's your number? What's your best trait, Tomo? And it'll be my loyalty. But it's a fucking double-edged sword, that bastard. Loyalty can get me in a over loyal. Get me into a bit of trouble too. So how many numbers is there? So the 9, did you say?
9.
Does it go from 0 to 9 or 1 through to 9?
So it's 1 through 9.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Oh, you're gonna have to definitely forward on those links. Though.
Yeah, I can get a list going for you.
See,
she'll give you a list. You'll be like reading it. I'm still reading some of it.
Now my other interest is, when did BJJ slide into this part of the process? Or has mixed martial arts been something that you've always been interested in, Krissi?
No, that's definitely more Larry's thing for sure. I've definitely tried to learn a little bit here and there, but I've not fully gotten into it. He tells me that I should. And I've actually been
How are you not rolling with this man already?
I don't know. It's just not happened yet, but I have actually been considering it more and more lately. I found a couple of places up in Rock
Let
Hill
me go therapist on you now. Why don't you want to get in there? What's holding you back from
because
getting
I
in?
know how freaking humbling it is. And I know how frustrating it is.
There's no ego. The ego isn't present at all.
Because I'm a type 1 and I have anger issues.
Yeah.
I know. I'm going to get so mad and frustrated with myself. But at the same time, I feel like that's why I should do it. So,
And that's, what is it, everything that I'm learning at the moment, which I fucking probably sure already know. Find solace in the uncomfortableness.
yeah.
If I'm having all this resistance, there's a good fucking possibility it's something that I actually need. And look, I'm going to come back at you because I'm exactly the same. I don't like fucking Brazilian jiu-jitsu either, because I just want to punch dudes in the face. There's too much patience. I have that same resistance in my want for going across the BJJ, is because I don't have as much fucking control. I don't have control of the situation.
Yeah.
I've got a 60 or 70-year-old, a 70-kilo female that's fucking being able to make me not move, and I do not like this. What do you reckon on that, Larry? Do you know there's something about that? She's just described this. I know I should. It's something I should be doing, but I don't want it. What's your take on that, seeing it from a black belt?
I think that a lot of people have that, though. I mean, because be honest, I know people that they'll go to a boxing or kickboxing, but they're like, or here's my favorite, man, I ain't rolling around with a bunch of people with pajamas on. I ain't want to do that. Like, it's just try it, but it is very humbling, because here's the thing.
Yep.
Unlike with striking, you could be a guy that's 225 pounds. And another guy that's 140 pounds can control you and just master you. Or in this situation, you'll have there's a black belt in Gainesville. I don't think she weighs 140, probably less than that, and she will beat the living daylights out of you. I mean, I'm being real. Like, she can control grown men, and I think that's the one thing I've always said about jiu-jitsu, and even striking and other things like that too, it's a humbling experience to let you know, how much control you don't have and how much control like you're like, okay, I really got to get it together because this is ridiculous. Because it'll mess with you. Like, and I think sometimes if you don't go to the right school, and even comes to striking too,
Yep.
it'll mess with you mentally because you'll be like, oh, I'm never coming back. Because if you get, you get humbled too bad, and it's like, oh no, I'm not coming back.
Yeah, I'm now
need,
scared.
like,
I have
just
trauma
enough to like
attached
humble
to
you,
this.
but interest you at the same time.
It's a very, very valid point, bro. That's the people you're around too. If you're in there with just a bunch of killers,
Yeah,
it's a completely different vibe. Where the gym that
It's
I
depressing.
got all into, bro, it's a very family orientated.
Yeah, see, that's
You
a
know?
good gym because you got
Yeah.
your killers, you got your enforcers, but then you got some people that just want to train. They're training for fitness, for self defense. And then what's crazy is a lot of people don't want to admit it, but I've noticed that most of the people, majority of the people, I don't know the percentage, but majority of the people that I've trained with, like they all struggle in some type of way, like anxiety or maybe mental health or just like confidence issues. And I know I've met a lot of people that have gotten really good at jujitsu or good at martial arts, period, that they started just because they wanted, like, they had like no
Confidence.
community or anything. They needed to connect with people, and some of them turned out to be killers. So, and what's interesting is, here's what's funny about jiu-jitsu. I know guys that are killers on the mat, but off the mat, they are passive. They don't want no comp. They just chill. And they just like, hey, oh, I'm fine. Just leave me alone. But if you get them on the mats, you'll be like, how did you go from like just a chill, calmest person over here to you're just like a monster on the mat? So it's like a flip switch. So I think sometimes people need it to like lock into that inner self that they've never touched before. But the humbling part is it is kind of frustrating because it can derail you mentally, and it can make you go, I don't want to do this no more. I don't want to get beat up like this.
Yep.
But I think most people that come back, they do get beat up, or like, and I don't mean in a bad way. They just get, a little humbled, and then they're like, you know what? I'm coming back.
Yep.
I like this. And those are the people I say they're a little different.
Yep.
Just think about it. You do striking, you love Muay Thai. You got to be a little different, especially
It's not normal.
like, think about it. Training with the Thais, like they train.
And I know I'm not normal, Larry. You just reminded me. So Nung, they come up and he's got his gym down in Brisbane now, but he come up. It's actually where fucking Harley trains out of. That's how me and Harley were close to the Grey Man podcast. But Nung come up and they did a Muay Baran session, so all ancient traditional Thai boxing. We were climbing up, we're doing monkeys and flying, climbing elbows. It was crazy. But at the end of it, he's got because he's wrapped up with the ropes, the hemp ropes for his gloves, doing it the full traditional way. And I was like, man, can you punch me in the face? I want to know what it feels like. I want to know what it feels like to get hit with these ropes. I want to see if it opens it up. Even these two the Ties are like, they've looked at my trainer, and the trainer's like, yeah, just boom, split me lip. And I was like, I just needed to feel that shit.
See, I told you we're different. I mean, I always thought about it. Think about it. I enjoy like a Friday night going, especially when we have a big mat night and it's an open mat, we're sparring, and you got like 40 people in there, and we're just going after it. And, one round you're the nail, one round you're the hammer, one round you're a little bit of both. The other round, you're like, just survive. And the other round, you're like, man, I'm probably about to pass.
The first two, I'm the hammer, and then the rest, I'm the nail, bro.
You have some hammer time. That's all that matters.
Oh, God. No, but it's interesting because everything really ties back to, everything that we're just bringing into is exploring the self. And
Yes.
I think that's what I love about martial arts, bro, is because at the end of the day, you can have the biggest team and everything around you, but as soon as you jump onto that mat or into that ring behind the ropes, man, there's no one else there but yourself and this. And I can tell you right now, from watching a gym start off in the earlier periods, man, with some younger and unexperienced fighters, man, I've watched so many people lose the fight before they even got in there. They were absolutely gone before they jumped the ropes because they couldn't control up the top. It's why I've loved being around there. I like to try bring a fucking silly, distracting energy out the back so they're not thinking about getting over the rings. I want them to think about fucking other shit and then try to slip a little bit of motivational shit in there. Fucking smash him, mate. Smash him. Knee.
But that's good. But you know what though? But it kind of goes back to, I mean, we touched on the last podcast, just like when WarDawg, like, you know, he's like, hey man, you got to believe in your own shit.
100%, bro.
Skills. But he's right though. But also it's a mental thing. Like one thing that, and you know, this is a little, we kind of talked about this one time before, but like the different generationals, like problem solving, creative thinking. Like I think like martial arts gives you like you got to learn to problem solve fast, especially when you got punches or kicks or somebody's trying to choke you or pop you, break your arm, like that problem solving, but also learning to be so calm under pressure. Because like if you're pinned down or you're in a corner of a ring and somebody's punching and you got to figure out a way to get out, like if you lose it, then it's going to get even worse. So like staying calm under
breathe.
pressure.
Fucking breathe.
But here's the thing, though. That's life though. Like you get hit, like Mike Tyson always said, everybody got a plan until they get punched. So you get hit, life throws you something. It throws you something. Like, you know, like last year, life for me was like, what the hell? So life throws you something, you get hit, and if you know, you learn to like cover, or you're learning to stay calm in that position, you're mounted, like, oh my God, this dude's like, man, I feel like I'm about to die right now. I'm just going through it. That's life. So like you said, breathe, work the problem. There's always an escape. There's always a solution. There's always some type of way to deal with the whole, whatever you're dealing with in life. So to me, like martial arts translates to this. And like, if you look at it, society, I can't speak for everywhere else, but in the US, like, man, we're kind of getting soft. And it's like, you need to struggle. Like you have to struggle. You need to struggle. But I think martial arts gives that. And like when Krissi, I'm gonna be honest, when she first started the Enneagram thing, I was like, man, I don't want to be in a box and leave me. I don't wanna do that. But when I really, it's like, okay, I'm gonna give
Says
it
every type 8 I've ever told about the Enneagram.
So I gave it a chance. But then when I gave it a chance, I started realizing, hold on, this thing tests no more about me than I've ever told a soul. Like I'm talking about some deep dark stuff, like personal, like I'm like, I don't want to talk about this.
Yeah.
But that's when I feel like I was like, okay. And I started looking at it, and then I was like, okay, I need to really see what this is about. And by me looking at the different, because you have wing numbers, like what, Chris, I'm a 3 and a 7.
You're an 8, so you would be 9 and 7.
9 and 7. So when I started looking at the 9 and the 7, I started realizing like I didn't even like talking about. We were talking about being aware, right? You were talking about, you know, now today you're like, I'm way more aware than I thought I was today. And it's like now, like through that, I've been like able to be more aware and realize certain things that I need to work on immediately so I could cut out, you know, especially moving to this next chapter.
Yep.
So it's, I'm telling you, it's crazy how all this stuff correlates together. And it's like, and she'll tell you, like, when we used to work out, oh man, I got her hooked on hoodies. And she would be like, and I wouldn't care. And I tell her, when I train people, I was like, I don't care. Like, I don't care if you're a girl. I don't care if you're sad. I don't care if you're good. You got to do it. You got to do your set. You got to do your rep. It does not matter. But
I would take too long of a break, and he'd be like, Krissi, ain't nobody going to lift that weight. I'm like, man.
Yeah, I tell her, nobody, I'm not, you got to lift the weight. You know, it's just like,
No
you know, you guys remember the long rucks y'all had. Hey, you got to ruck.
Yep.
You know, so it's crazy, but I think more. You know, what's crazy is like
I could get angry at you if we were traded together.
I was cussing him out in my head, y'all.
Yeah, I know, do it in my head.
I know she was pissed. She'd be pissed. She would be like hiding it, but I could tell she was like, she's mad.
I was like, damn it, Larry. What did I sign up for?
Yeah.
But
you know what?
Here's the thing, though. Go ahead.
I was going to say, but like all joking aside, that season of my life, I think it was like 3 years-ish. Like towards the end of that, it was like a little bit like breaks in between. But like that time in the gym with Larry, like just pushing me and like beyond what I thought I could do, I've learned some of the most basic life lessons. Like just the fact that my body can go a lot further than I would have allowed it, but is because up here. I was saying, oh, it hurts. Oh, it's too much.
Yeah.
Oh, like it's just that typical stuff that you're so used to telling yourself, and no one ever is there to push you. So it's like you just kind of settle. And then Larry's like, no, you can do it. Like literally, like I love this story. He's heard it a couple times, but we were doing chest press on the floor with the Smith machine.
Yep.
And there was no weight on that damn bar for me. So like I'm just trying to do my thing, and I think it was like the second set, like halfway through, and like I just couldn't quite do it. And I let it drop back down. And he said, Krissi, this is what you're gonna do. He said, next time that happens, you're gonna hold it and you're gonna keep pushing. And then watch what happens. I was like, what is he talking about? But you know what? I did it. And I got to that set or that rep where like I couldn't push anymore. Like I didn't want to do it. I was like, this. But like I held it, and all of a sudden my arms just started going up, and I was like, what is happening? But it just, the fact that he was right and he knew and predicted it, I was like, he's probably seen this so many times in other people, and it's something that I was so unaware of about myself and about like my body and stuff. So it's like my brain literally gets in my way, and I can do so much more if I could just manage this better. And it was
how many people that you've listened to a podcast or anything say that's 99% of the fights up here, you know. I think it's relating. One, you're a good instructor, Larry. We'll give you that already. I don't even need to see it. I just know.
Thank you, brother.
But this is like the first thing that come through my head was that this why our last military guys are the same. Because we've been forced through that shit as a group. that camaraderie and stuff, that's built through all the shit times. All that shit that we, you know, that's the fun times are the fun times. The camaraderie, the brotherhood, us guys in the military build is because we are all finding out that shit about ourselves together in a group. And then they fucking, not only that, we're, you know, this is why the biggest part of the journey that I'm on at the moment is being my own cheerleader. Is because you didn't have to worry about that in the army. You didn't have to. We didn't have to look after. All we had to do was perform, and then we're getting all the pats on the back and everything that us dudes or eights probably need. You know what I mean? So it's interesting, like you said, where you don't know what you're capable of until you're in environments or you're pushing yourself into places where your mind doesn't want you to go.
Or having also someone in your life that's had more experience in that realm than you have, who has that wisdom and can see a whole different perspective. Because that's what he saw, was he just saw it and I couldn't. And he was like, do this. And as soon as I did it, man, and it's been more than that. Like, I've got several stories of lessons that man has taught me. So like that time in the gym, like I cherished it. And it was that was like really close to the time I was still going like through my divorce and dealing with a lot of that. So I had a lot of that. And then that new guy was coming into my life. So I was stressing out about that. And like it was just so much. And it was just that discipline of showing up when I didn't want to, because we were working out at like 5 o'clock in the morning or 5:30 in the morning. And it was like I had to get up at 4 o'clock just to like wake up enough to be coherent enough to work out and pay attention. So it's like it was such a discipline. And if eights are good at anything, it is discipline. So and it's something that I needed, because emotionally, mentally, I was in a very unstable place, and he was just such a guardrail for me. I don't even think he knew that, but he was such a guardrail for me when I was emotionally going this way. He was like, Krissi, I'm like, oh, okay, all right, do it. So yeah.
But I also got to add something to that. She's not telling y'all. So during that time, Krissi was like, train me. I was like, man, I'm not. Because at that time, I was in a deep, dark hole. I was in a state of depression myself, because that's when the whole gym thing happened. Because I went into basically business, and I was like running a gym for some people, and things just didn't work out. And, you know, a lot of things happened, a lot of BS happened, but, you know, it is what it is. Life lesson, learned a lot. But I was like not really trying to train nobody. I was like studying. And Chris was like, hey, come on. She was like, seriously, I'm for real. I want to train. Like, I'm serious. And I was like, oh my God, I love her, but I do not want to do this right now.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, see, she didn't know that. Like, she was like, no, I'm serious. And I was like, I don't think she's serious.
Well, here's backstory for me is that I was about to graduate massage therapy school, and I was like, I need some back strength, and I was like, I know one person that's a personal trainer, and like he had just come back into my life, and I was like, Larry, can we barter? Like, I will give you massages if you will train me, please. I need some strength. So
yeah, and it hadn't worked out because like literally me training her, it helped me refocus because I was so focused on because I was like, okay, she really wants it, like she really wants it, so she's serious. So let me just stay focused, and it helped me deal with what I need to deal with to get my my strength back and get back focused. And I'm gonna be honest, like she literally, I put her through the ringer, and she never quit. She may fuss probably in her head. But she would look at me and be like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's do this." She was like, "All right." And then, but she was about it. I'm telling you, when we finished training, she had got so strong, but not just physically, but mentally too. I could see the change because a lot of things she was like, "I don't think I can do this." I'm like, "Why can't you? Just do it."
says the type 8. I'm just kidding.
Just do it.
I got one more story on this guy. So the way he would do it, he would do like a workout of the day. That was our warm up, guys. That was our warm up. So we would warm up with a freaking workout. Then we would go push some weight. And then at the close, he would find the craziest freaking whatever. I think he would make it up. I literally think he would make some things up. And I'm like, did you find this? I don't know. But one of them was to get on the treadmill. You couldn't turn it on, but we had to do what I call manual sprints because we were literally making that belt go ourselves. And I can't remember the exact, like, I think it was like, do it for 30 seconds, you get a 30-second break, do it for
Tabata session.
Right, but like the last
You're a cunt.
That last run, I think
I
it's
would
only
like training with you.
he is a beast, y'all, I'm telling you. But
I
that
don't
last
even need to see his full physique. I already know it. No, you told me enough at the start. As soon as you started telling me about an instructor, I was like, oh, fuck. Maybe I'm not as much as a type 8 as you think.
But man, he said something though. Like it was the last one. I'm telling you, my legs were shot. We'd already done so much. Like I was so mad. Like my anger was just kind of like cussing him out in my head. But he said something because I was going so slow. And like y'all gotta think, like I'm trying to keep up with him. I'm like, he's on a pedestal at this point. Like I can't keep up. That's where I'm at mentally. Like I'm trying to keep up with him. And so I'm going so slow on this treadmill in the last one. Like my legs are barely going. I'm like, crap. I'm letting him down. Like I'm not doing it right. But like he said something. He was like, Krissi, I don't care how slow you go. Just don't stop. Just keep going. And I was like, that hit a part of I hit my soul. That just didn't hit my brain. That hit my soul. Because I always put this pressure on myself that I have to perform at a certain level. But I'd never let myself deal with my feelings and my emotions. I always push them down, turn it to anger, and then I get shit done. And so just, it doesn't matter how slow you go, just keep going. And that has been something I have like taken to heart.
All the time.
So.
Fucking hell. How are you not a drill instructor, mate? How are you not in the military?
He can do it.
Right. You should be running the school.
I'd love
but
to do
it's important. It's something that's touched back into my life at the moment. Is mentors, having the right people around you. You know, it makes so, especially when just after you think you've worked it all out and then you realize that you haven't. You need someone in there that can pick up the pieces and tell you where you went wrong. Mm-hmm. Especially if you want to keep going, you know. And you can find, you know, it's something that I took him on. I made him the 2IC of my mentor fireship team with his idea. But it was a concept I come up with him at the start of the year when I was doing the defense industry networking event. So it was just it's where all my old bosses are bloody working now. But anyways, it was just a networking event, and I come with him at the concept. I was like, you know, can we, you know, everyone, you need a mentor. Everyone thinks of just one. It's like, no, well, I'm fucking greedy to begin with. One's not enough. I was like, can you structure this like the military? He's like, all right, let me think on it, get back to you. And he come back with the mentorship fire team. You know, so you've got your number one mentor, one that you're working with on a daily basis, someone that's direct your business life, whatever you want to have it. Your 2IC, someone to turn to for operational needs and stuff like that you can lean on when you're not in touch with him, but you don't have as much, sort of let him on the admin side. The decision sort of goes to your section commander. And then you think about you're in there, you've got your machine gunner. So you've got the dudes that are out there that can get shit done quickly. So a mentor that can teach you how to move or thing. And then, for instance, you've got your medic, and that can be, your spiritual side. So that's how I've looked at it. The medic in my mentorship fire team needs to be someone that can ground me spiritually, mentally. Then you've got your scouts. You've got someone that's good at future technologies or whatever it is in your life that you're doing. So sort of building it around, and it's really starting to shape me at the moment, especially in reflection, that why have I had fucking failed businesses? Why haven't things have gone a thing? Because I'm that, we're talking about learning about personality traits. I'm all well and good at getting the ideas out there, but I need someone like WarDawg that's happy to do the behind the scenes, build the foundations to make this shit succeed. It's the big process, and I'm trying to unpack within myself at the moment. Where am I most valuable instead of being I've tried to be all these mentors all at once, every single time, and not only for myself, for other people. When I jump in on this, I jump into a leadership role and then take everyone else's burden off. So why am I failing? Because I haven't had any support from the top end. So this is where I've introduced this mentorship, this concept into my life now, is trying to put someone that knows, like you said earlier, someone that knows or been through, for me, someone that's been through my shit, similar shit that I have, but's doing what I want to be doing, and that's not on every aspect, but that's where I try to lean. I've got people that I want to lean to on the business side of it, things. And I've got a mentor that I just want on the spiritual side of things, if that makes sense. Juggling up. But I really thought, as we're talking about knowing the self, man, I think I'm on the path now of speaking to people that are more advanced. And I won't say better than me anymore. I'm trying to change the linguistics around it all. But trying to find people that have worked the shit out that I'm trying to work out now, and are succeeding in an aspect that I'm trying to succeed in.
And in my experience, it's funny. I don't even have to ask for it, but I feel like God ends up sending people in me that are a little bit more spiritually ahead of me, whether it's actual spiritually maturity or just someone in like business. Like I work for a screen print company right now, and as much as one of my bosses is almost like, tested me. And Larry was like, she may be crazy, but you ain't. So don't let her make you crazy kind of thing. And it was really just clash of personality. And the thing is, I think she's the same type as me. And I've always said, like, I clash with my own type.
Yep.
It's because we're so headstrong. We're so black and white, and we have that anger fueling us. So there's always going to be tension, I think, initially with me, with the other type ones. So it's understandable. But it's been something that I would have never let myself do. But now that I'm here and I'm in it, and like this conflict is just like, it's testing me on a new level of controlling myself and my anger and my impulses to react quickly or whatever before I've had a chance to think and like, is this going to get me to where I want to go, or is this going to burn a bridge? So, I think the things that we're not even looking for, they just end up coming into our life, and it's just part of the process of like chasing what you're passionate about. They come
being present.
Yes, that.
I think the thing that really resonated with me then, as you were saying, that was with these opportunities. I believe personally that these opportunities are gifted to us every single day. Every single day, we've got these new opportunities for a pivot. Mm-hmm. It's whether or not we're able, like I'm finding out today, why can't I move forward? I didn't realize how inside I'm thinking I'm procrastinating again. Mm-hmm. I'm overthinking it. This for me, look, there's other things. This is the first time I'm going to be spending Christmas and, the holiday season alone for the first time ever. So I've got, obviously obviously that's building up, and behind the emotional side of things, it's been a big testing year. And I'm coming to the end of the year when we're supposed to be with family and friends and everything. Makes sense why nothing's functioning or anything like that. But it's being able to sort of sit back into it now, and get into the feels of it, the processing of it. What did you say? Well, we got the mind, body, and spirit, isn't it? Mind,
For
body,
the
spirit.
Enneagram, mind, body, heart.
Mind, body, heart. Mind, body, heart. Yeah.
And spirit, I believe, is what kind of connects all of them.
All of it. Yeah. I like that. Now I'm just thinking of the Enneagram again. I need to look at more.
Honestly, like the whole time you're talking and you're talking about like I just kind of felt, I was like, that he needs the Enneagram, and not just, yes, learn your type, figure out your type. But I feel like the more you understand the other types, you're going to start seeing it in people, and you're going to, if you truly are at 8, you're starting to give me 8-7 wing vibes, because you've got this big energy and it's fun and you want to make people laugh, and like you've just got this humor coming out, and that's very much type 7. And so you're going to attract people. I think you're meant to attract everyone. We attract the people that are supposed to be like on our frequency, right? So people are going to come into your life, but the more you understand the behavior that you're seeing and where it's coming from, you're going to start to see people, and you're going to start to see, it's like you say, the shadow side and the light side. That's what I call it. It's the healthy or the unhealthy. There's that. It's the same side, they're both the same side of the same coin, two sides of the same coin. So you have to learn. Yeah, it's a whole thing. I could sit here and talk about it for hours.
Yeah, but we're going to be in touch, because I'll be having you help process this for sure, mate. But it just fascinates me, because that's what this big journey for me, and for Kaz, thing. It's coming home, after war was a loss. Well, it's the biggest thing I've found just about with any military guys, and I found it across frontline services as well, first responders, is that loss of purpose and identity. Mm-hmm. And I think we either go two ways. We either completely ignore it and go the opposite way, or we try to understand it and then we go on that sort of seeking path. Mm-hmm. We either avoid it or we want to understand it.
I really think there's only two choices in the world, and that's to focus on self or focus outwardly. Like, you can't control what's out here and what's around you. You cannot, but you can control what's in here and what's up here. Yep. So, yeah.
Well, that just hit home. I couldn't agree anymore. But this is what it's all been about for this journey. It's, like I said, 15 years, 13 trips in and out of psychiatric wards. I'm still fucking learning this shit. Mm-hmm. I've got plenty of stories to go with the learnings and the teachings, but I'm still trying to put it all in together. And like I said, I've been given another tool today to look into that's going to help me understand. And that's the biggest thing I've found on this healing journey, is learning ourselves, learning who we are. Because at the end of the day, you can fix all the external shit, but unless you know what you're fixing internally, the external shit's all a waste of fucking time, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it's
because
so true.
You're just going to build things that crumble.
Yeah, and I heard something the other day. It's crazy, and then I'm probably not going to say it right, but it was just like how your perspective on your life can completely change the way you see things. You can have a negative, jaded perspective, and I guess the way I've heard it before is you're going to find what you're looking for.
Yep.
If you're looking for things to be bad because that's what you're feeling in here, you're going to see it everywhere. But if once you're healed and you see the good in yourself, that all you've ever seen is the bad, but now you're starting to see good even in here, you're going to start to see it in other people and other situations. And so it's literally, I felt like over the last 5 or 6 years, I guess because of the Enneagram, I've been able now, like I've actually been praying, like I don't like my type sometimes. I really don't. And if you're doing the Enneagram work right, you're probably not going to like your type unless you're a type 8. They're the only ones that actually like their type. Because they're called the boss, the warrior, the challenger. Like, they get shit done. And it's like,
I think any male wants that number 8, doesn't he?
Right? So most 8s, they love their number. But every other number, we're like, I don't like this. But and so it's starting to learn that you can love both the light and the dark inside you. It's something that you can't really help. It's what we pick up as we go through life. We get wounded, we get damaged, but God can work with broken vessels, and that's what he wants to work with. So I'm pretty big about my faith. So that's always going to come out if you're talking to me. But and that's just what I've seen is I've asked God to help me see I've seen the bad side of a type 1. I want to see how are we good? What good do we bring? And so like that's been this thing of like just learning to love myself first and then seeing the impact. Like literally y'all being impacted by my words. I was like not anticipating that at all. I was just like sharing my thoughts with a friend. And so it's just God is slowly showing me the impact that a type 1, a healthy, hopefully on that journey of being healthy, is a good person and can bring good into the world. And that's really what we want to do, is we just want to help people. So,
and I think the key point there, mate, is the journey. Don't worry about the destination. That's where I've been caught up way too many times. And it's why I keep getting stuck in the fucking loop, is because I fucking lose focus about the work that I'm putting in and I'm worrying about where I'm trying to get to.
Yep.
If you fucking stop worrying about where you're trying to get to and you can enjoy the moment. And the worst thing is, it fucking annoys me the most, and it's why I'm looking at going back on my ADHD medication again, is because fucking I'm sick of putting in all this work, learning so much, and then fucking repeating the fucking cycle as soon as something fucking changes. And once again, it's for me where I'm thinking, this is why I'm probably bringing up the shadow, is that's where, look, I know when I stopped Western psychology lap model, that was where we're at with my psychologist, was the young Tomo, the 7 or 8 year old Tomo that I've got no recollection of whatsoever. All I know was that kid had to grow up way too quick. And it wasn't from from being in a shit circumstances or anything like that, just having military parents, I think. But yeah, having to grow up too soon. And now I know that I go back into loving ourselves. As much as I fucking give out all the love in the world and try to be this thing, I'm my own worst fucking enemy. And it's something that's only been really coming out in the last week, is I still, I keep trying to get into this visualization and belief. This is where if I'm going to be a successful entrepreneur, I need to be able to visualize this shit and belief. And I've been stuck for the last probably 2 or 3 weeks. And I'm like, why am I stuck in here? Like, I can talk this shit out loud to people and make it sound very fucking convincing, but I don't believe a word I'm fucking saying.
Yep.
And it's been a huge wake-up call for me. And I was like, it's the same thing with love. How the fuck can you expect anyone to love you if you don't love yourself?
Yep.
Or you don't know how to love yourself? So I'm back thinking, fuck, I've done 15 years of therapy. I should be out the other end of this shit. I'm back to the fucking start again. But
You're always going to be challenged. Life will not let you go too long.
This time I'm not trying to get better. I'm just trying to learn lessons. I think me and Larry spoke about it. This next chapter's for me. Yes. It's not to, if I can help and educate people along the way like I have been, fucking so be it. Or I could fuck all of this up and nobody wanted to fucking listen to me or anything like that. I don't care. Because this time is I've been seeking for so long just to live a normal life. Look, it's another thing I had to go through today. I didn't want to go, for me, another belief. How can I live this fucking good life if I'm on medication of any form? Any form. I've been struggling and putting myself through hell for the last 3 months being off medication because I have this belief that I'm cheating if I'm taking medication. I should be able to do it. Let's forget about the 20 odd years of stimulant abuse, being a secret drug addict, the amount of medications that doctors and shit have pumped through me.
Yep.
I'm a little bit chemically imbalanced. But once again, I'm damaging. I know how much more the shit that I've been putting off in the last fucking month or so. If I took my medication again, that shit goes away very fucking quickly and I become fucking back to super freak again. It's like me fucking Limicet pills. If I have me fucking ADHD medication, I'm on like Donkey Kong. And it's really just speaking openly with you guys. I hope you guys know that I process why I talk.
Then you might be a type 1 like me.
Like, as I'm
do this test, brother. You gotta do this test. You gotta do the test. We gotta figure this out. A challenge accepted. We're gonna figure out what time.
Yeah, definitely. Well, mate, 100%. Because it interests me. Because now I've lost what I was talking about. back on the meds. Just it's like I know this shit works, and I know it helps me. But this belief system that with everything I've got going on, I want to be once again fucking who am I to everyone else? I'm worried about we've got Follow the Sapper launch and we got me book going, and I'm like all this fucking. When I'm sitting with people, I'm so excited about it. As soon as the fucking doors close, and I think we've. You know, you can go on to Spreaker now and listen to the start of it. Like, I was fucking shitting myself. I think the first, like, couple of recordings on that first one, like, I'm just dribbling there going, why am I feeling like a piece of shit? Like, I feel so yuck right now doing this shit. Because there's still, why does it feel uncomfortable? Because I'm asking to go back to things that I can joke about, but I haven't processed emotionally myself.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, after everything that I've been through, it's back again, and I'm back knocking on the door of going back to unlock 0 to 7, the most informative learning fucking times of our existence, where we lie on 90% of everything we're going to learn, and I've got no memory from it. And why am I going back there? Because I don't want to.
But what did we say about the things that we don't want to?
100%, and this is where practice where you preach come in, mate, because it'll be going on 2 years now since my last psychologist told me that's it, Thomas, we don't need to fucking, you need to go and live now, you need to stop talking about your fucking problems. She's like, you've learned, you've got everything going for you now, it's just putting it all into practice. Because my big problem this whole journey was I wanted to be able to intellectualize it all so I could speak it, so I could give it away. And
but you got to practice it too.
That's exactly fucking right. Practice what you preach, Tomo. You know? And that's where I think I've probably found some comfort in where I'm at in this journey now is, you know, I think me and WarDawg come up with the tagline. This isn't a success story. It's a reason to keep going. Just a reason to keep going. Because I know I haven't worked it out. Look, I'm having conversations today and I'm learning new shit. But for once in my life, I'm learning new shit and enjoying it and not feel like I need to regurgitate it for everyone else. I'm like, ooh, this feels good for me. I want to learn this shit. This is for me. So, mate, I can't thank you enough for coming on and sparking this.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you want to have side conversations where like I can actually walk you through this, I can show you. Like I'm trying to start.
Don't you worry, mate. You've already said too much. You've fucking stuck with me now.
All right, deal.
I've got your contact details, and if I don't, Larry and WarDawg do.
There you go.
We got you.
It's something I'm passionate about, so I'm always down for that conversation.
We'll have to do a catch up. What happened with Tomo's personality? What did we find out? What number is he? And then maybe we give some insight of, you know, this is everything. I'm trying to do shit in real time at the moment. So I don't want to just show the wins. I'm actually probably not even, now just thinking about it. I'm not even keen on showing the wins because everyone does that. I want to show everyone the fuck ups because that's what I'm really good at. I want to be called out on my shit when I'm thinking, you know, something that come to me today is fuck. I'm open and honest with everyone until I'm fucking have to be open and honest with myself. Then I'm a fucking brilliant liar.
Yep. He's starting to give me type 1 vibes now. And the only thing that did it was the fact that you said, as I speak, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
That's type 1 all day. But the reason you seem like a type A, I'm telling you, we could break this down, but there's subtypes to each type. And there is a subtype for the type.
All I wanted to be was the type 8. I can guarantee you that.
I know, but it's not that easy sometimes. But so there's 3 different subtypes. There's the sexual or the 1-to-1, because some people don't like saying sexual. And then there's social, and then there's self-preserving. The sexual type 8s, me.
Yep.
We are the counter type. We're the most unlike the type 1s, and a lot of times we look like a 7 or an 8.
Yeah.
So again, that's the nuance of it. It all goes back to motivation because we can have similar behavior.
Yeah.
But what's motivating? Why are you doing it? And most times when I'm doing something, it's because I want people to know that I'm a good person and I'm going to do it right and it's going to be good. In fact, it's going to be great.
Yep.
So, yeah,
Nah, we've got lots too, because I need to fucking start understanding all these numbers now.
Yep, I'm telling you. I think this is for you.
It's a lot of information, but it really does help. Like, it really helps.
Well, it is, man. And like I said, what you're able to do with those personality traits, I think I'm almost at that level with trauma. Like, I can sit down with people now after the amount of therapy of one-on-ones and group sessions I've sat through now, and then my own research. I think I can sit back now and, I can, within a couple of minutes, I can I can tell you, I couldn't tell you what your demons are, but I can tell you where the demons are and how much work you've got ahead of you if you're going to tackle those demons. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So I can 100%, when you're relevant, you can see it, and you've stopped just studying the self, and you've gotten an acknowledgement of that, and you've seen how you fit into this structure. But I very much feel similar to you. I was like, I want to know these other structures. How does that work? Because in my head, I automatically, mate, you look at it, fucking hypnotists, fucking body language experts and everything like that. There's so much that comes through our personalities that comes out with body language. Yeah. It's just interesting. And for me, I think it all goes back to the fascination with the mind. Fascination with the mind.
It's brilliant.
Can I add one thing before we close?
Yeah.
I wanted to get your input on this. All right. I actually had different results with my Myers-Briggs test from the time I took it as a teenager. I was in the ISTJ. That's before I joined the Marines and all. And then someone had me take it about 15 years after the war. And I completely changed to whatever is the defender or the protector. So I went from STJ, introverted. You can go into it. But is that, you ever heard of that? It's changing 15 years
so
later.
So I'm going to talk about it based on the Enneagram. I know Myers-Briggs is a big one for a lot of people. And again, like I said, it's great, but I think that one does have its limits, or maybe I just don't understand it fully right now. I think I need to give it a fair shot to understand it a little bit more before I start talking crap about it. But as far as the Enneagram goes, because that's what I'm more familiar with, when it comes to so the thing I was just talking about, subtypes, so sexual, social, and self-preserving, those are the way that I understand it. Now, it's probably not the accurate definition. Go look it up for yourself. But the subtypes, those are ways that we interact with the world around us. So self-preserving, it's in the title. We're going to look out for self first. The social, they're worried about the group. And then the sexual or the one-to-one, we want that one-on-one interaction. And so what can happen is during seasons of trauma, those are the ones that you can actually kind of shift through, or the different subtypes. So when you've gone through some kind of trauma, you can go into self-preserving very quickly. And depending on your type, you can, and there's a whole other thing too, is you have lines on the Enneagram that touch your number. And those numbers you go to in stress and health. That's a whole other conversation. So you can look like a whole other number when you're in a season of stress versus when you're in your personality or you're in a very good place. So your mental state can affect a lot of that. So on a test like Myers-Briggs, I could definitely see how that would fluctuate.
All right. So it's not that far off or unheard of here.
No, yeah. There's some people, it takes them years to figure out their Enneagram type, just because they're working through what is true for me, what are my tendencies, what is motivating me. It's self-work. It's a tool. That's all it is. You can use it or you can leave it over there on the counter. It's up to you. So you have to put the work in if you want to figure it out. So yeah.
And I probably, WarDawg, on my perspective on that, would be 100%. Well, from just my little understanding, we're talking numbers now from what you've run through today, Krissi. I definitely wasn't an 8 until I went to Afghanistan. But I think I've shared on this podcast beforehand, was I don't think I was ever meant to be a fucking warrior or a fighter. As in, the alpha male type model of warrior fighter. I was too soft. My heart's too big.
I feel that.
It's but conditions, experiences, and trauma shaped me into that number 8, the warrior and protector of, beforehand. Look, I know it's always been a part of me, but just from my basic understanding of it now, that comes in from generations of military service in my family, and people in leadership roles. So I understand that part, but I can resonate with what WarDawg's saying massively. Those big personality traits was such a difference. But then I'd probably throw this out here was that's becoming our dominant personality trait as in my schema therapy as my protector. That the soldier, the number 8, the warrior, he has become the protector, and that is that personality trait keeps me from having to feel the effects of what it would be like to be more emotional and more empathetic personally. Does that make sense?
So from my perspective as being a type 1, which now I suspect that you may be that, because I understand, simply because I remember like shortly after my divorce going through all that, like shit really just hit the fan, and I became a very ugly person. Like I was taking out my anger on so many people. The anger that I thought I was controlling, no, it was coming out, and I looked more like an 8 than I ever have in my life. But as that sexual subtype, that's where that anger, it's right there. It's right there. Look at me wrong, say something wrong, it's going to come out. So
that's what Larry's yelling at you.
In that space, but I think
She was like that.
I think that was my self-preservation. Like I was like, no one's hurting me like that again. No one's doing that to me again. If I have to be an asshole to you, I will absolutely do that, because you're not worth my sanity. You're not worth I went into like, I'm trying to cuss, but like, I'm telling you, just F off. And if you're going to come in and you're going to make me more unstable, I don't need you in my life, because I will go off.
Yeah. No, it's just interesting, but this is where I think what I'd like to touch on that, especially for the military side of that thing. Once you get into modes of therapy and you start unpacking the story, you realize that the military was just a catalyst to a fucking life of, I'm not going to say neglect, of attachment issues. It's probably attachment styles is probably what I want to go with there. And if you want to know more about attachment styles, look into it, because I can't explain it right now. But I found a lot of it getting to know ourselves from a veteran's perspective. The only person I wanted to get to know for so long was the dude that went to war. I didn't give a fuck about the little dude that was bashed and bullied growing up, or the little dude that turned into a criminal because he wanted to be a fucking gangster. I forgot all about those dudes, because they were all identities I'd wanted to shed to create the 8 identity that made me the soldier that I was. Because it's the first time I'd ever felt fucking good at anything, besides maybe taking drugs. I picked up that was a pretty fucking skillful fucking trick of mine early on. But that was that identity, and I'm processing so much shit at the moment. That identity, I held on to that for so long. Like, even now, that's a big part of my identity as a soldier. And I think the biggest struggle for me was in my previous relationship, and this is no fault of her own, but I thought I had to kill the soldier. I had to kill the soldier to be accepted. So the soldier then become the enemy. He'd gone from the ultimate protector to the dude that's causing all my fucking problems, because that dude doesn't fit back in normal life where people aren't trying to kill you, or you're not trying to kill other people.
Yeah.
You get that, WarDawg?
Damn right.
What's your take
Been
on
there,
that,
done
bro?
that. Done that.
What's your take on it? How do you reckon that's played out in your head over the years since you've come home?
The exact same way you said it, bro. I mean, that's the only reason why I, chimed in. You hit it on the head.
It's crazy though, man. It is. It's become such a and I'm in the process now of trying to balance it, I suppose. For so fucking long, I was, maybe it's why I'm good at playing devil's advocate, because I've got both extremes sitting on the shoulder pulling me. I want to be this big fucking softy that everyone loves and everybody likes, but at the end of the day, I'm ready to stand out in front of everyone and kill every motherfucker that wants to threaten that.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's where I was at. I was like, try me right now. It's not the time. It's not the time.
Yeah.
And it's that anger coming up. It's that dominant anger. 1s are dominant anger and 8s are dominant in anger. So they can be very similar. So I'm excited for you to take this test. Let's figure this out. And I'm going to help you. So.
It's just interesting, man. Like I said, I think this is a big part of something that I've probably liked promoting, especially for anyone that's lost. I won't even say veterans, just veterans. I'll say that anyone's lost a job that fucking gave them an active service and some purpose in their life greater than themselves. It was something more about the community that we've spent our lives growing up learning to give to everyone else. We don't know how to take care of our fucking selves because that's not in our fucking makeup. And that's why so many of us self-medicate and go down easier fucking paths, because going in and getting in touch with those feels that we fucking avoid with that dominance and anger and shit. It's like I said, this is I've been to war and I've done that and I've seen the fucking best of the best. But I can tell you, like I said earlier, I've met people on this fucking mental health journey in fucking psychiatric wards that are fucking warriors beyond belief, in my opinion, because they're taking on the demons nobody can see, and they're the scary motherfuckers.
Yep.
Fucking throw me in front of a 150 kilo fucking Islander dude, and I still think I've got a chance. But put me in a house by myself and leave me with my thoughts. I'm 10 times more scared of that than I am of fucking running at the Islander. But yeah, mate.
Krissi, real quick.
Yep.
Go.
No, you go ahead, man. Finish up. Go ahead.
No, I was about to hand it over to you, bro.
All right. Krissi.
Yes.
We have your Instagram addresses up on the screen. You want to let anyone know these as well as anywhere else they can find you online?
I've really kind of limited my social media right now, just for my own sanity. So I'm not posting a lot right now, but honestly, with all this stuff going on, I know at some point I'm going to have to start. What's in here's got to come out. So, well,
you've said it live on air, mate, that people can message you about this Enneagram. We've just thrown you under the bus.
Yeah, and so I am trying to develop my own teaching for the Enneagram. I did it for my senior thesis in college. I just graduated this past May from Winthrop University. So, and I kind of branded out what would potentially be.
Oh, congratulations. Damn right. Yes. We got the bachelor's of fine arts, visual communications in the house, baby. Salute.
Thank you. So I've just got people in my life that they see where I'm passionate about this, and they've learned a lot from it. And they're like, Krissi, you have to teach this. So I'm like, okay.
Where the money is. Where the money is. Sharing this brilliance.
Yep. And so I think one of my goals for it would be that I want people. So Tomo, you would be one of them, and then Larry too. As y'all are learning your type, I want to have conversations with people about their journey, and maybe I thought I was a type 8 at first, but then I realized I read this. I was like, oh my God, maybe I'm a type 1, or maybe I'm a type whatever. So it's like
I told you I've been in a couple of PhDs with veterans and mental health, mate. I'm all over this shit.
Yeah. So yeah,
I'm a good student.
I want to talk to people on their journey, and I want to talk to people who this before and after, like I didn't even know what it was, and now it's like, holy crap, now I know what it is, and it's this for me. And so I want people to share their stories, and I want to be able to pick people's brains, and the more I pick people's brains, the more it's helping me learn the Enneagram and see it in real life. Because I'm telling you, 1 minute I think you're an 8, 1 minute I think you're a 1, and so, but that's the beauty of the Enneagram. It's your job to figure it out, not mine.
Yeah.
I can help you through it.
That's the guidance. That's where the coach and the mentor. At the end of the day, you can have all these coach and mentors and learn all this shit, but until I don't want to, well, like I do, intellectualize it and then put the action in, you're not going to think, because like you said, it's all well and good to look at these ones that tells you everything that's good about you because that feels good. But this is one that's going to fucking call you out on your bullshit.
Yep.
And it's not going to be a voice or anything. It's going to be a feeling. Oh, that, what are you fucking saying about me?
Yep.
Fuck, that's right. And you're just like, I think you're looking around for people and you're like, no, this is fucking real shit. Yeah. You know, that's where it is. This is when you really start to understand it, and this is what I love, especially you're passionate about it, is then you get to start seeing it anywhere else. And you only got to give little tips and pointers, and this is what I love about the way I am, and I like to do everything with comedy, like you said earlier, is I'm going to make you uncomfortable with fucking uncomfortable shit that people shouldn't talk about. I'm very good at that. I'm very good at sharing things about myself I probably shouldn't.
I love creating an awkward situation. Just to see how people handle it.
That's it. But not only see that thing, but I just want to leave a little bit of a crumb, you know? Yeah. Here's a little bit of a crumb. I'm not going to sit here and fucking give you an hour's worth of why you need to do this thing, and this is because you're this type and this type. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm just going to leave the crumbs that make you go inside and start questioning yourself. What you do with that then, and what research you want to go and search your way into, that's fine. But I think it's because I'm such a people pleaser that it's been my way of being able to call people out and their shit without being that number 8. Does that make sense? I think that's probably one of my traits that I'm looking at now. I don't know why I'm looking into my traits like this right now, but we are. But yeah. But it's, what was I to say? That, that uncomfortable, it just, I don't know, it creates curiosity for me.
And that's what I'm learning to follow, is the things that I'm curious about. And I think if you're doing that, you're following what you love. And if it makes you curious, if it piques your interest, go for it. Like, I'm learning that now more than ever. So, yeah.
Well, it's dropping in me. I'm sitting there, what am I doing? This is my passion.
Yep.
I just want to be talking to fucking cool people that have fucking lived and sharing their experience. The good, the bad, and the ugly. It doesn't need to be a fucking processed reel or anything like that. Don't need AI. You know, I think, it's the one thing with this side of things for me, we talk about what the fuck's the future going to look like in 5 years with all this AI and shit. You cannot, as much as AI is good and can help us as a tool, it can't connect with you like a human does. These are the things. This is where I found, even when I've signed up to this coaching course, why am I not getting what I want out of it, listening, getting all the information? There's no interaction.
Yep.
I don't learn like that. I'm fucking finding about my own learning style at the moment. I need that group interaction, that feedback from people. Yes, no. Very interesting. This is what I love about it. It's finally enjoying the journey, guys. Enjoying the journey. This shit's new and it's interesting to me. And
Sorry, go ahead.
The legend. Look at what you're coaching and that's brought into this, man. I fucking couldn't imagine this shit fucking 3 months ago. It's fucking insane.
Hey, it was all by design, man. It was meant to be.
That's it.
Something that really has helped me. One of my friends, her name is Karina. I think Larry knows Karina. So when I was first starting school, it's the last little story I'll tell. But when I was first starting school for graphic design, I was very intimidated by the whole thing. It was I've always loved art, but graphic design was new. All these programs and all this stuff. So I was very intimidated by it. And she sent me this picture. And you all know what the Wii is, the Wii game console.
Yep.
So the logo for the Wii, we know it, right? What it is today. She sent me this photo, and it was all the iterations that were considered before the final one. And half of them were shit. They didn't look good at all. And But you see like the process and the evolution of it, and then the final product, like the design process. That was a huge thing for me during school. Was I don't like process. I see the thing that I want, and I just want to have it. Like I didn't want to put all the work in. You know what I mean? I wanted other people just to do what I said. But it's like, no, if you just let it unfold, if you like take time to rest, let it simmer, you might go out, have some fun, and you'll see something. It will inspire you and completely shift the direction that you were going in. Because I've been stuck on projects before and I had no idea where it was going to go. And I let it go for a couple of days, and I'd go do something fun, hang out with friends, and then come back, whole new fresh mind, or either something I saw. And so it's appreciating and allowing the process to happen.
Yep. Yeah, it's not fucking controlling it like the control freak I am.
Yep. Type 1. Yep.
Oh shit.
Hey, Krissi, I want to give you a quick pat on the back. All right.
Thank you.
You totally caught me off guard. All right. I did not know upon meeting you tonight that you're actually once you speak to you, you're actually so well spoken and ready to defend yourself and not be treated or spoken to any kind of way. And you completely, like I said, caught me off guard with that. So it was like those moments when you show it, like, yeah, I do at his side where if you come at me this way, that way, piss me off that angle, I will get in that. I didn't see it. You know, those certain moments, and you know, when it comes out of you and I give it to you, man, it went from, I mean, I didn't assume or judge a book in any way off rip, but it is so dope to know that, you know, whatever I had in my mind, to hear you speak so well up for yourself. I don't know what you've been through in life and your journey to get you to where you are, but it sounds like you don't let motherfuckers treat you any kind of more, really. And it's cool that you at least you verbally will, you know, you pop off and let it be known like that. That's the vibe I got. And then, like I said, even all these times when you hit it, if they piss me off, I can like feel it in you. I can feel that bubbling, you know. But like I said,
I'm telling you, it's right here.
The good part.
Yeah, I've got stories.
I just told fellas like maybe last week or so, like you mentioned how all that anger fuels stuff, right? And that was what got me through my 3 times in Iraq. It was the anger. It blew me away one day, you know, like after the war when I was going to UCF and stuff, and I was like, damn, I'm not mad anymore. I'm not pissed. I'm not fucking pissed. I don't have anything to like, you know, get me up. I don't know how to be happy and still, you know, succeed. Like I have done my best work when I was pissed off, hot, away from home, getting shot at. You know what I mean? Some of your best decisions, work, whatever, under pressure and crunch time. That's it for me. So to, you know, I was saying after the war, to not have that anger, I was like, oh shit. Like what I do? Yep. I'm not mad. You feel me?
It's a whole different way of coming back to think. Yeah. Well, thank you for that.
Really just wanted to go on the back for that, though. Hey, but this has been an amazing episode. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Krissi, do you have any last words for us that you want us or anyone else interested in anything that was discussed during these episodes?
I mean, the one thing I always try to leave with people is that you can be better than you are now. If you want to be better, you can. You just have to make decisions to go in that path, and you have to start making decisions that are going to get you where you want to be. And for me, that was all about learning self. And now that I've been through that, you need to learn yourself first. Stop worrying about other people and learn yourself.
Amen, sister. God.
All right, Larry, do you have any final words for us?
Oh no, just I'm glad she was able to get this out there because I think the information can help a lot of people, veterans, just human beings, period, learning more about themselves. And Enneagram can help. It can really help. It helped me, and I wasn't for it at first. I was like, and she never stopped. She kept pushing it, And then boom, I was like, all right, tell me about it. And then that's what started it. So yeah, I just think people should look into it. There's a lot of information out there. She's truly passionate about it. So if you do want to learn about it, hit her up on her Instagram.
Please.
She really loves it, and she'll guide you through it the proper way. So hopefully we got a book, a TED Talk, and a podcast coming soon. That's what I'm
You're on WarDawg TV now. This is how we roll.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. Hope she got a TED Talk. She needs to
Yes,
start
sir,
working on that TED Talk.
down.
You're not beating me to a TED Talk. I want the TED Talk first, all right? If we're
All
doing
right.
this as an organization, I want the first TED Talk.
No, I think they're headed to Australia soon again, so that'll be nice. She could do it. Prepare
Hey, I
the
can do
TED
an
Talk.
Aussie accent, so you just get me there and I'll be all right.
You sound exactly like an American does in a movie. Trying to take the piss out of an Australian. Well done.
I'm here
That
for
was
it, mate. Let's go. Let's
That
go.
was awesome. I didn't even know she could do that.
You're throwing all the shrimp on the barbie.
Throw a little shrimp on the barbie. Yeah, mate.
Hey, fellas, you've got catch up. That's the best American Aussie accent I've heard so far.
That was freaking good.
I can do an English accent, but I'll save that one.
My. Hey. Remember that you just saw history right here on this show, on this podcast, this international podcast. Man, damn it. You just heard Krissi in Florida give her best Australian voice and imitation.
That is going to be a real.
Straight
That is going to be a real
from
this show.
Florida to Tomo in us right here on Sergeant Ward.
I will go around at work all day
There
speaking
you
in an
go. You
Australian
said-
accent, and they just laugh at me. I do it all the time. Yep.
Oh, well, you're definitely going to meet this Aussie. That's for sure,
Yeah.
Krissi.
And I
Fuck
do like meat pies, by the way. I really love a meat pie. I'm just saying.
Fucking catch up, boys. She's got more Australian culture than the both of you. And how long I've been speaking to you fuckers?
I had to get a read.
I'm going to get you motherfuckers out here for a fucking kangaroo steak burger.
I want it. Yes, I'm
Yep.
down. I'm so down.
WarDawg, I did find it the other day. We were shopping at the wrong shops. I was supposed to try and get him some kangaroo steak while he was here.
I bet you that's so good.
Is it
Oh,
gamey?
I'll be damn. What you want me to do? Hop on another 20-hour flight, 24 hours,
Yeah,
3
well-
days, 7 days?
Oh, 20 hours.
Yeah, whenever you've got your next month off, bro, you're not fucking doing it for a week again. I need you here for a month. Yeah, don't even talk about the 28 hours it took me to get home.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we're down under, guys. We're just across the pond, just, 19 lovely hours of traveling.
Dang, 20
Yeah.
hours.
This is pretty much the same for us. What does it take me?
Oh,
It's about 22 to go to England from here.
I need a shot. I need to pass out. Like 20 hours on a plane. Please knock me out.
Free alcohol when you fly internationally. That puts you to sleep easy.
That's true.
Oh, man.
Oh, shit. All right, Chaz, we wrapping this up or what?
all
I
right.
need to get off and Krissi needs to fucking
Yeah, Krissi.
sort out my numbers.
Krissi, one last time. Will you pronounce
Okay.
your full name, your first and last name again for us?
Krissi Mattraw.
Okay,
Krissi
ladies
Mattraw
and
is
gentlemen,
on.
you see Krissi Mattraw's Instagram page. All right, this is episode 149 of the WarDawg Trail podcast, where Krissi, who is not only a graphics designer as well as a therapist, also broke down everything about the Enneagram that she could in teaching us. That tell me I said it wrong.
You're
said it
great.
right.
You're doing great.
You said it all right.
Oh, okay. See, I'm looking at all y'all like, oh shit. Y'all all got this face like that motherfucker said it wrong.
No, it's because you're
So I-
flashing in and out, bro.
Yeah, we're like, where'd he go?
Okay. Again, ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only Mrs. Krissi Mattraw. All right, graphics designer, recent recipient of her bachelor's degree Bachelor of Fine Arts in Visual Communications, as well as Enneagram Enthusiast and massage therapist. We thank Larry for introducing her to us and bringing her on the show. Thank you for all the knowledge, wisdom, game, and therapy that you spread, not only amongst us crazy war veterans, but to the rest of the world. Hey, I wish you nothing but the best and everything in the future, and spreading your message by your book, podcast, or any other methods that you decide to pursue. All right, we got your back over here. We appreciate what you do, what you're about. Wish you nothing but the best. All right, salute.
Sir, appreciate y'all. Thank you for having me.
All right.
WarDawg.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks, Larry.
Oh, go ahead, Larry.
Oh, no. I'm just saying, man. Hey, man, appreciate y'all as always, man. Always. Appreciate y'all.
We love you too, Larry.
Oh, yeah. You already know. Love and respect. Guys, man. Y'all awesome.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Again, episode 149. Thank you, Larry, and thank you, Krissi. Have a good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Salute.
All right. And from myself, Tomo, and the rest of the crew, remember, keep your eyes on the Sergeant WarDawg TV live 24/7, right? Starting to bring you some nice, banging, exclusive, and diverse content from the military, outdoors, holistic therapy like this, podcast episodes also from Australia, and any other advice that we can pass on, mental health, men to man, man to man, doing the jobs that we do. Episode 149. Salute.